Dr. Petrasek, thank you for taking the time to talk with us today.
My pleasure. Thanks.
We're definitely excited to learn a little bit more about your background. We understand you're a faculty member at the California Institute of Technology.
Yes, I've been there for probably about 20 years.
Now, I know I read somewhere that Caltech was just ranked #1 in the Times Higher Education World Rankings. Is that right?
Yeah, there's always a shifting of positions in the first 5, 10 places, but we've been lucky enough to be ranked first in that particular news organization's ratings.
Well, definitely something to be proud of. I know there's some decent schools on there. Harvard, Cambridge, Stanford come to mind. So kudos.
Yes, I think they're all phenomenal institutes.
You do have a background in medicine, if I recall. Is that correct?
Yes, that was my training. I trained in clinical medicine. I went through a residency program, and I'm a subspecialist in endocrine and metabolism, which is sort of like a holistic, whole body physiology.
Do you also have a PhD? I thought I saw that on your background, but is that right that you actually are you've got a background in medicine and a PhD additionally?
Yes, I do. I mean, it's kind of a crazy thing, but after I finished my medical studies, I studied a scientific discipline. It's sort of the interface between clinical medicine and physical science, and I've spent a lot of time kind of crossing the boundaries between the two disciplines, kind of translating ideas from one to another.
So how does that degree tie into your product development expertise?
So, interesting question. So by having sort of marrying the medical degree and the scientific degree, it allows me to work with big pharmaceutical companies. So for instance, I've developed some product with large pharmaceutical companies like Gilead Sciences and other biotechnology companies. So I'm able to kind of look at the scientific product development and formulation, as well as the safety and health concerns when it comes to medicine.
Now, has that helped you developing products for Nucerity?
Yes, as a matter of fact, it was kind of very much in line with Nucerity. I found when I met the folks at Nucerity that we have almost the exact philosophy when it comes to science, products, and even a business approach. They're very, they take a lot of pride in their products, and they want to make sure that there's performance and very solid science and clinical medicine behind it.
So if you can, walk us through what goes into developing a Nucerity product, kind of starting at the beginning and walking through the development chain.
Yeah, so I think it's sort of a triad. The first thing is, do we have a innovation that's scientifically sound? So we look at, what can we do to improve an anti-aging formula for skin, for example. And then once we feel that the science is very good, then we look at the health features and make sure that there's enough clinical evidence that it works, that it's safe. And then lastly, we do testing to make sure that the performance is reasonable so that people can actually see the results and benefit from the health and the science together.
So once you've done that in developing it, are you involved in the manufacturing of these products?
Well, we have great partners in manufacturing. We only manufacture in FDA-approved what's called CGMP, or Certified Good Manufacturing Practice factories, which is the highest level you can get in the United States. And so because they're pharmaceutical grade manufacturing plants, we have all the confidence in the world that the products will perform. They'll be free of any sort of contamination. So high quality, high science. So that sort of is the whole package that we use in the Nucerity products.
Sounds great. Now, can you walk us through with the iFX, for example? What are some of the highlights of that product and how it actually helps the Nucerity customer?
Right. So iFX basically is a great example of all the things that we put together in a product. First of all, we have stem cell technology in iFX in the form of cell communication. We have an ingredient in there called lycopene, which is a molecule that helps cells talk to one another. And when they talk to one another, they're sort of, they're synchronous, they're in concert, and that allows, for example, skin to grow smoothly and evenly, which gives you a nice glowing, radiant look. Then we add to that products that increase hydration, hyaluronic acid, and then we've also put in some what we call natural kind of a Botox or a mini Botox called argireline. So those three things together give the product, the anti-aging performance, the health benefits of cell communication, and the innovation of stem cell technology.
Got it. Now, how about the Peptide Plus? Can you walk us through how that's put together again, kind of from A to Z, what the highlights are?
Yes. Peptide Plus is a great complementary product. So whatever the eye effect does for the eyes, the Peptides Plus was designed to do everything for the face and the neck areas, even in the hands. So in Peptide Plus, we add to the triad. So we also have the cell communication, but not in the form of lycopene, but in the form of aloe. And then we have hyaluronic acid, and we have the argireline, which is the mini Botox. And in addition, we also have a slight cell whitening or brightening ingredient. So we have the moisturizer, the anti-aging argireline, and the cell communication. And then it's basically the texture of it with the shea butter is designed to really be comfortable and smooth and feel great on the face.
That sounds great. Now, we don't want you revealing any trade secrets, but are there other products in the works with Nucerity?
Absolutely. We have at least 2 in the works, and we're very excited, and perhaps in the next month or so we'll be allowed to reveal one of them at one of the next conferences.
Well, thanks so much for your time, Dr. Petrasek. This has been extremely informative, and we hope to talk to you again soon.
Anytime. Please come back soon.